How to turn one sweet potato into 50 pounds of food. My simple hack beat the system. Unlocked an infinite loop. Food forever. Or as long as you want to do it.
Get the rest of these vines out of the way. Potato. Oh no.
A friend of the channel wrote in and asked how we did our sweet potatoes. I think today's a good day to take a look at it. The storm broke. It's going to clear off tonight and be real cold. We got over a foot of snow. That's an awful lot of poor man's fertilizer. Well, let's start with a couple of these bigger ones that we grew this year. And right here, it's kind of hard to see, but we've got a little bitty slip started on this end of this big one. It's easier to see on this one. We've got some really nice slips started on this one. And what we do is we just cut that end off. And what we do is we just cut that end off. And we keep those slips on there. And then I'm going to put them in a container. We're going to add some water. And I'm also going to take the end of this one because this is a nice size. And what we found out is giant sweet potatoes make giant sweet potatoes. Now these are off those original ones that we got out of the store 8 years ago. And we've just continued the line. Even though we had the years where we had the voles kind of get in there and it was touch and go. So we just put them down in here. And you can see this is one we put in here last week. And when we get ready to, I'll show you here in a little bit, we just peel that off with those roots, get them started in a container. And if you remember, I had people that asked me about the splits that we had. That was because it had rained. But all I do is we're just going to cut that out right down that split. You see how nice this flesh is going to be. Now we're going to save all these peelings and they're going to go back in the compost pile. It'll be part of the living mulch. We just cut that out and look how beautiful that is. And then I just peel and we're going to save all these peelings. Now some people, you can just cube these up and when you bake them the skin peels right off, but I like to peel it just because I want to make sure there hasn't been anything burrowing into it. When you cure your sweet potatoes you can put them in the pantry and they'll last for many months. I think we dug these in September and October and we still have probably 100 pounds left. So we're going to be eating the rest of the winter, well into spring. Now it takes the chicken longer to cook than the sweet potatoes, so we've had that in for a while. Now I'm going to just cut these into pieces. While that's cooking, here's some of the methods I've used over the last couple years to keep this cycle going. You can do this too. Sweet potatoes to plant. Let's get right to it. For all of those that are new to the channel, this is deep mulch, and what we do, pull the mulch back, get down to soil, move the worms out of the way as much as possible. First year I did this, I thought you planted sweet potatoes just like you plant potatoes. So I dropped them on the ground, I covered them up. I got lucky, I got a few sweet potatoes, but each slip that comes off of there turns into its own plant. Then we'll put some of the mulch back in around it. You can do this too. Right here is where that great big sweet potato came out of. So why mess with success? Let's go ahead and start right here. A little bit of mulch here, but it's amazing how fast this stuff breaks down. I know we call them sweet potatoes, but they're really not potatoes. They belong to the morning glory family, and this is why we want to plant them different than we do potatoes. You know, potatoes you can just put on the ground or dig a hole and bury them, and they'll go ahead and the plant will come up and the tubers will form. Sweet potatoes, if you plant the tuber, all you're going to get is really nice leaves. So I've just got it planted right to the surface there, but this whole thing will root. We found that out last year when we had an army of sweet potatoes growing everywhere underneath roots. So I'm going to put a little more soil on it. Then I'm also going to backfill. I'm just going to cover up those leaves that were there. I'm going to cover that up to there. This whole thing will root, and hopefully we'll get another giant sweet potato. Come on. Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. Wow, look at that. This is all matted. And even this one that wasn't doing anything, starting to actually put on some roots. No slips yet. Wow. Okay, well. There's really no choice. Just kind of pull these apart. See what we have here. Okay. Just like all the other ones, you just break it off. We'll stick those in there. Just break it off. You still got roots. Break all these off. I'll have roots. Different sizes. We're going to individually pot these up. Oh, you're a big boy. And that's off of a runner. Oh, look at that. The voles have been in here chewing on this. Darn it. That's a nice sweet potato. We've got the groundhog, we've got moles and voles, and now we've got deer. Normally what we'd do is just move that mulch back to bare soil. Dig the smallest hole that we could, plant, and then move that mulch back around it. But you know we got invaded by voles last year. Now voles are just field mice, except they have short tails and they live underground. They don't really come into buildings ever. They used the mole tunnels, which were out here, to get worms. Then they found the roots. Voles eat roots, moles eat worms, and they did a number on the sweet potatoes last year and a couple other crops. We're using castor oil to drive them out. I don't want to use chemicals and I don't want to use poisons. I've set some traps and I haven't been able to catch any. I know the cats caught a couple, but I think we've got them mostly driven out. We'll see. And everybody I've talked to really likes the castor oil, and I'm pretty much sold on it myself. Yesterday I pulled half the mulch back and I put this castor oil down really heavy. Now we're going to go ahead and plant, and we're going to put the mulch back in around them. This post I decided to use as a walkway because we got tomatoes over here. So I think we're going to start right off of here. Now the thing with these sweet potatoes is they vine a lot. And I'm going to probably plant these way too close. And yesterday I planted corn right around the edge, and that would make a nice little wall for the walkway to separate the sweet potatoes. That's in theory. I did get some flags to mark where we planted these edge ones. That way we know how much vine we can clip off. It's double. This one only has one root, that one only. But if you see right here, roots are going to come out of every one of those nodes, so we're good to go. If you have a leaf that's looking kind of peaked, just pop it off, because it will die back. And that's not a big deal. All right, let's see what we can do here. They'll accommodate these pretty well. Well, look who came to see us. Look who came to see the purple potatoes. Hey, buddy. We haven't told everybody. Riley's got an ACL tear, so he has to come out on a leash, and his walks are very limited for a while. But that's why you're not going to see a whole lot of Riley, and he's going to be on a leash anytime you do see him. You come out to help me pot up some sweet potatoes? Good boy. So then me and Riley are going to go ahead and pot up a couple more of these. You want to help me? That's what we have for dinner. That's right. That's a sweet tater. Oh. Well, I guess that just goes to show you, a giant sweet potato slip makes a giant sweet potato. If you want to learn how to make sweet potato pie that'll make you cry, check out this video. If you just want to learn more about the sweet potatoes, check out this playlist. I'll meet you back in the garden as soon as it starts thawing off. Till next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.